Behind us, let's play a game of Believe It or Not. Dominique, if I said the Patriots are going to win the AFC East, do you believe it or not?
Believe it.
Really?
Wow. They've been playing so much better. Like, they've always had the talent on defense. The big question was, would that offensive line be able to protect? They're much better this year than they were last year, even though they aren't dominant quite yet. I think Vrabel's ability to coach this team up and the way that Drake Maye has stepped up to elite level week after week after week, it feels like a ship that is rising and catching up to the Bills, and they beat them. So
They did beat them in Buffalo.
I like what they got with a last place schedule to finish the season. I think they're in good shape.
We buying it?
Oh, I love the New England Patriots, but I got to roll with Josh Allen. The Buffalo Bills have a mutant at quarterback, and I think somewhere along the lines they're going to get this thing going, and they're going to be able to win. And when it matters most, right now, I'm rolling with the Buffalo Bills. Ooh, that's a tough one.
And Drake Maye got some tendencies.
It's hard. The only thing about Drake Maye, right, he takes a lot of hits. You and I both, he takes a lot of hits. Some of them unnecessary, and not unlike even when he was at Carolina. Like, he would get on the sideline, and he plays a little hero ball, which you love. It's super exciting. But in the NFL, availability at the quarterback position is a necessity. And so you don't want to see him, go the version of being banged up throughout a season.
Danny.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with J-Mac. I still favor Buffalo because we've seen it. But this New England team is real. They are there to stay, and Buffalo's going to have to fight them off, much like they did Miami a couple of years ago.
You see our analytics favor the Patriots at this point. I'll just say, if not now, then when for Buffalo? This was supposed to be their season. They never travel out of their time zone, and they had they were favored in every single game and everything else.
Coming out of their bye, we'll see how different they look. I think it's pretty important for a team like that to figure some things out, make some adjustments in their bye week. We'll see how they
have Kansas City soon, right? That game is for the next couple of weeks.
But the other thing I would say is,
they always win that game.
Sean McDermott does a really good job of getting their defense going as the season progresses, right? Like, they always kind of start a little sloppy, right? They didn't have great answers against the Falcons, against the blitz, and I think all those things are you can solve those issues. It's not like, hey, you think in one area they're bad. So that's just how I look at it.
November 2nd, so a week from Sunday will be the Chiefs and the Bills, in that 425 slot. That'll be a great game. It's in Buffalo. Okay, I don't even know why I'm asking the next one. Hey, Jeff Saturday, if I said the Colts are Super Bowl contenders, believe it or not?
Believe it! Absolutely. Listen, this is the most balanced team in the NFL. It's the best team right now in the NFL. They score points on 63% of their drives. 63%. This is an insane level. And here's the crazy part. They do it in a number of ways, whether it's Warren or Pittman or Downs, or I know he was out this side, but you keep naming. They find ways. Now you talk about Jonathan Taylor, who's leading the league in rushing. He's explosive. Daniel Jones is playing well. Defensively, they can hold you down, right? And if they need to pressure the quarterback, they got good rush up front. I just like where they are, so I'm believing this.
They score early, too, which I think is important to their defense. If they're going to get down in the first half, they're winning those points, too. They're getting the score in a situation that's favorable to them. And they even have shown the ability to come back against that Broncos team. So, this team is really impressive. We'll see how they do when they get to the playoffs, but they're definitely, in my view, the biggest contenders right now in the AFC.
I don't even want to ask that. I think it has to be asked. Are we fully buying into Daniel Jones? Daniel Jones is a player who has played a very long time. Look, I think it took us a long time to buy into Sam Darnold. There are still some who are skeptical that he doesn't, turn into a pumpkin at some point here, and maybe even Baker Mayfield, although perhaps he has put that behind him. Are we ready to say Daniel Jones is ready to go toe-to-toe with Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes or someone like that in a big playoff?
See, that's the question, because the infrastructure there is a big part of this story. Right. And when Daniel Jones took the Giants to the playoffs a couple of years ago, Saquon Barkley was having a great year. The defense played well. Like, Jonathan Taylor is a big part of this. The Colts offensive line is a big part of this. Shane Steichen,
for those in the back,
putting Daniel Jones in position to succeed. I mean, all that stuff. Your question is different, though, because it's like we get into the playoffs and you're playing the Chiefs or the Bills, and you, the quarterback, have to make a play independent of the circumstances. Can Daniel Jones be that guy? I think that's a legitimate question, and that is, and on some level, that's what caught up with Darnold.
Can I say this, though, about them is that he doesn't have to. The difference in the Chiefs and the Colts is Patrick Mahomes has to play lights out. That's the bottom line. They're not going to beat you with the run game. They're not going to. Buffalo, they have a run with James Cook, right? But they don't. They fall in love at times with Josh Allen. The Colts are so balanced in what they do. They don't ask a lot of Daniel Jones. He is making throws and making plays, but their offensive line, we talked about it last year with Philly.
Yeah.
Their offensive line is significantly better than these other groups. I'm just letting you know they are shoving people around. They are banging people. It is a big.
I mean, I agree with you, and I'm a big Colts supporter just like you, but I think the part is like there will come a time when he does have to. You're not going to make it through the whole playoffs by dominating all these people. At some point, you're going to have to make a play.
Fourth quarter, a minute and 40 seconds left. You got the ball, you're down 4. You're going to need him to drive the field. Jeff really wants to say, can Quentin Nelson take them to the promised land? Forget about Daniel Jones.
The best side, Mina Kimes texted me about their left side of their offensive line. They are mauling people, and that includes Q Nelson. Mauling. Go turn the tape on. You want to go watch some vicious football. It is nasty.
J-Mac has them this week. They play the Titans. They will play Kansas City November 23rd, so we'll get a chance to see that. Here we go. Here's another one I like. J-Mac, if I said the Cowboys' offense is so good it will carry them to the playoffs, you believe it or not?
Let me channel my Jeff Saturday.
Oh, boy.
Believe it! What the Dallas Cowboys ran out. Not only because the offense is putting up 40 points against the Washington Commanders, the defense was sneaky a lot better this past Sunday. But I think those weapons, CeeDee Lamb on one side, George Pickens on the other side, and then Javonte Williams running the ball out of the backfield, this Dallas Cowboys offense was absolutely rolling.
Why are you laughing?
No, because J-Mac caught himself. He almost said that that defense was good.
I said
He said they sneaky a lot better.
Yeah, you held yourself. I like it.
Not horrible.
Yeah.
He said they sneaky a lot better. Yeah, they're getting there. They're being a little bit more aggressive on defense. They're going in the right direction. It's hard to be sneaky worse when you were 31st, I think, by EPA last year.
I think that the comparison would be to the Bengals of last year, who had
100%.
maybe the best offense with the best quarterback in Joe Burrow. Do the Cowboys have that?
Yeah.
Are the Cowboys now that they have
the Colts
CeeDee Lamb back?
The Colts offense is really good, but I think what Cowboys have with Dak Prescott is definitely an
He's playing off the charts. I mean, if you're going to compare it to the Joe Burrow situation of last year, it's a great comparison because they've lost games based on scoring 40 points or whatever and not being able to close them out. So as you think about this football team, I just don't think the defense can last. As the season progresses and keeps moving forward, as much as I love their offense, it is hard to score that many points every week. Yeah. The ball sometimes just don't go your way. Bounces, deflection. Well, it doesn't look hard right now.
You were there this weekend, right? Well, what sense did you get? You covered their game with the Commanders. What did you sense?
The head coach, Brian Schottenheimer, who, by the way, looking like a pretty good hire so far.
Absolutely.
Right. He was in the defensive meeting room a good chunk this past week. And one of his messages, as silly as it sounds, is kind of like, be aggressive. Right. Like, try and take some chances. If you give up a touchdown, at least you did it quick, and now Dak has the ball back. Yeah. We are going to score.
As opposed to the 6-minute drive that ended their game.
And that's not, look, is that going to win you a Super Bowl? Probably not. But I think right now, the way the offense is going, they're right to lean into that.
And I will say this, there is no one whose authority on this subject I value more than Randy Moss's. Randy said on Sunday he thinks they could have the best 1-2 punch at wide receiver in the whole league.
Wow.
And he loves the guys in Cincinnati. He talks about them all the time. But with the way George Pickens is playing and CeeDee Lamb back, that might be the best 1-2 punch. Plus, they have the tight end.
And Nick, you always notice people say, who's the hardest receiver you had to cover? And it depends upon who's throwing the ball. So the way that Dak Prescott is playing with the combination of those two guys on the outside, it's hard to pick. The guys in Cincinnati, yes, but Joe Flacco, I don't know if he's going to play the same way he did Thursday night every week.
Jerry Jones, if he could have just figured out how to sign Micah Parsons, he would have been executive of the year. Who would have thought? Hell of a coach hire, great Pickens acquisition, Williams acquisition. You are executive of the year if you don't let the best defensive player in football leave your building.
George Pickens is ridiculously good, right? I mean, he's
special.
He's so
great right now.
You interviewed him after the game, right? I mean, it's all good right now.
Look, vibes are great there, especially on offense. He's like, because they got CeeDee Lamb. By the way, this offense was cooking without CeeDee Lamb, without half the offensive line healthy. Nothing has stopped them this year.